Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Health Education Made Simple. In today's tutorial, it's a quick overview of the heart basics. So what pumps what, how does the heart actually function, and how do we receive our blood from, where does it come from, and where does it go. So this is just a quick overview. Hopefully it should make some sense. So the heart basically pumps blood to the body and it needs to be filtered, and the blood is filled with oxygen and carbon dioxide. So over here I've got in diagrams this diagram that represents the heart. We know that the heart has 4 chambers. We've got the right atrium, then the right ventricle underneath, we've got the left atrium on the other side, and then inferior to that we've got the left ventricle. So the blue arrows represent deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood means that the blood is lacking of oxygen. It is rich in carbon dioxide and poor in oxygen. And the blue arrows here represent a rich oxygen, so oxygenated blood. That means it's rich in oxygen and poor in carbon dioxide. This is what we want, and however the tissues, our cells do use up a lot of the oxygens that are received. So what does our body do? It actually filters, it picks up more carbon dioxide and it throws it back to the lungs, and the lungs try to recycle it and filter it and bring us back the oxygenated blood, which allows us to do everyday things. So basically what happens is we always start with the right side of the heart. So the right atrium actually receives deoxygenated blood. So this is from the previous cycle that has occurred because it's deoxygenated blood. So the body receives, the right atrium, receives deoxygenated blood from the body. Okay, and then what it does, it pumps it. There's a valve over here, so it pumps it through the valve, so it doesn't allow for backwash. It pumps it, it goes to the right ventricle, and then from the right ventricle the blood is basically pumped again, and we've got another valve, so the deoxygenated blood is pumped to the lungs, and over here it's the lungs that do the filtration. So the lung actually filters the blood, and we're not going to talk about the filtration process because that's in the respiratory. However, the most important thing in this region over here is that you need to understand the lungs are actually filtering the blood, so it's picking up oxygen and dropping carbon dioxide, and basically now the blood is now rich in oxygen and poor in carbon dioxide. So what it does is, after the lung has done its filtration, it pumps it from the lung, it pumps it to the left atrium now, and then the left atrium actually receives this oxygenated blood, which is pure, rich in oxygen. It's not pure, there are a few carbon dioxides, however very minimal, but the majority of them is oxygen. And what it does is it pumps it to the left ventricle, and this is the region where the left ventricle actually pumps the blood and sends it to the entire body, and it allows you, and it sends all the oxygens to the tissue cells, and for you to be able to do your movements and your muscular contractions and things like that. Now what happens is, after it's done that, the blood is again, deoxygenated, because all the oxygen is kind of delivered to the tissues, and the blood is left with only carbon dioxide. So now it's going to become poor in oxygen and rich in carbon dioxide. So what it does is the body tries to recycle that blood again, or get it back up again into your body with pure oxygen. So what it does, it again filters it to the body, filters it to the right atrium through the body. So again we know it's deoxygenated, and then again goes through the right ventricle, then to the lungs, does its filtration, and then to the left atrium and back to the left ventricle, and then to the body, and then does a cycle again. So this process happens constantly as we are speaking. Yeah, that's pretty much the basics of the heart. If you wanted more information, please comment, subscribe and like. Thank you.